Hey guys, Features Gaming here, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we are actually back on Euro Truck, but this is not an episode of the Trucking Career. However, I am on my Trucking Career profile because I'm currently taking a job. I am taking a Dozer Crawl Z35K. So it is quite a heavy transport, fragile cargo and urgent delivery, so I need to get it done now. I started where we ended off the last Trucking Career video in this place in Spain, and currently I've just crossed the border into France, so I've got quite a while to go. It's all the way up to Norway, so it's going to be a really long job. There's a little ferry there, but you know, nothing that we can do. So yeah, it's not, you know, it's not an easy job, but it is quite a job for our truck. So we're gonna get going, and the reason why I'm recording this video is because I want to tell you guys, if we just go into that menu, I want to tell you guys about some things. So as you can maybe see immediately straight away, fetch, there's no lag. Yeah, I fixed it because I have figured out the reason why the games have been lagging, or any game pretty much, and the solution to it. So apparently it's not a reason with OBS. Apparently it will happen with any recording program, unfortunately. And another reason why I know that is because I think other streamers and YouTubers are having to do this as well. So in order to get this smooth recording, I mean, it's probably not noticeable straight away, but in order to ensure the smoothness of the game, I need to lock in the game at 60 FPS or 60 Hertz, because obviously Euro Truck kind of goes off Hertz rather than FPS. Now, I did actually do it on a stream a few days ago, and the stream, since I switched it to 60, worked fine, and this is why I've locked it in at 60. If you're experiencing the same issue, then you need to do it as well. But you don't always need to necessarily lock it in at 60, but you need to do it for a multiple of 60, if that makes sense. So either 60, 120, 180, or 240 FPS you need to lock in your game at. Most games or stuff go up to 120 or maybe 180 if you can push that. 240 I think is probably a bit too high, but in order to ensure the smoothness of a recording, you need to lock it in at a multiple of 60 FPS. Now, the reason why you need to do that is so the recording software, in my case OBS, or your recording thing, can capture the frames nicely. So if you're capturing, or if you capture your game in at 60 like I have done, every single frame is being captured. Now, if you lock it in at 120 FPS, every other frame is being dropped. If you lock in the game with 90 FPS, for example, it's an odd number of frames that are needing to be dropped to ensure that smoothness, which hence the stuttering, and just makes it impossible to get a smooth recording in at 60 FPS. So as I said, you can lock in the game at 60 or 100 or at 120. I prefer to use 60 because that is what you can record at. So if I can record and play the game at the frame rate I'm capturing the game at, if that makes sense, then I know that everything that's being captured from here is what is being captured. Like, there's no that short little frame that's not going to be captured, even though it wouldn't even make a difference. But the only issue with that, though, is when I try and move my mouse in the main menu, it's a little bit, like, the input is a little bit delayed, and I don't know why. I don't know if that's an issue with the game. I don't know if that's just how it is, and I've just gotten used to, you know, a quicker, you know, thing with my mouse. I don't know. So I'll see if I can get that sorted out. But if I can't, I mean, it's not a massive issue. It's just something that bugs me a little bit, but it's fine. I mean, as I said, you know, if I lock in the game to 165, then the mouse works fine. So I don't know if it's something to do with recording at 60 that makes the mouse go weird. I mean, I can record at 120, but the thing is that the graphics that I'm using on Eurotruck, because I'm literally using the max graphics you can get with my gaming PC, but because of that, my game can't really ensure a higher frame rate literally 100% all the time, and I'm literally talking about completely throughout the entirety of playing. My game will most likely never drop down 60, so it will drop below 120. Like if I was playing the game right now with the FPS just uncapped, I'll probably be getting around about 110 FPS, you know, 100 FPS. Some cases does go down to about 80, but majority of the time it's locked in at 60. Well, that's what I've capped it to. So if I try to cap in the game at 120, if I get those frame losses, because as I said at the start, that's going to be the odd number of frames that need to be dropped in order to ensure the 60. That is why the stuttering is happening. So even though I can see more than 60 all the time and it's completely smooth for me, in order for OBS to bring the frames down to 60 for the recording, it can't do that, as it has to, you know, drop the amount of frames needed, if that makes sense. So that is why the stuttering is there effectively. So if you can ensure that you can get 120 FPS on a game all the time, then I would say do it, because then you can still ensure that smooth recording, and you can still play the game at 120. I mean, if I drop down a few of the settings for ETS, then I can record at that 120 and not lose any frames, which is cool. But I just like playing the game like this. You know, the dash, super high res with the 400% scaling. Just other things as well. Looking around at the scenery is, you know, just great to see as well. There are games that I can get 120 on, like Fortnite, and, you know, obviously a few other games that I can get it on. They're the games that I lock in at 120 when I'm recording or streaming, for example. A few days ago with my Fortnite stream, I locked in the game at 120, and well, I mean, as of recording this video, I haven't replayed that stream yet, so I need to go ahead and see how that captured, but I am assuming it's quite good. I mean, me just having a quick glance over at the preview on my iPad when I stream, it looked fine, so I will obviously double check up on that. And I think I was even using the wrong profile, for example. So it's not to do with the settings inside of OBS, it is actually the recording issue. I need to lock in the game at 60, otherwise it will not be a smooth recording. So literally the max, well, I say max, like everything in OBS is now changed to being a best possible recording. And obviously, as I said, I locked in the game at 60 to hopefully get a smooth recording, or it will get a smooth recording, as I have tested this many times. So that is why the game is lagging, and it's kind of a solution to you guys as well. If you want to ensure a smooth 60 FPS recording, you need to lock in the game at a multiple of 60. You need to, otherwise you will not get it. So, and it needs to be a frame rate that you can run 100% of the time throughout the game. I mean, if there's a few drops like here and there, you know, like 1 or 2 times, then depending on how long you record for that time, then, you know, that's probably the best you're going to get, but that's why I recommend to lock in the game at 60, because then if there is a drop, if there is then a drop, OBS can still capture that at 100% of the frames, if that makes sense. Because if you record in 60 FPS and you're getting 30 FPS, OBS will only capture that 30. So if I drop down to like 59 or something, OBS will then capture all those frames and not have to drop down a frame because I'm locking in the game at 60. It's just how recording works, guys, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do about it unless, you know, we get that master, you know, the best PC in the world. And, you know, locking the game in at, you know, 120 or whatnot. But 60, that's good for me. I can get a smooth recording on OBS and it's good. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Why the videos have been stuttering, how I'm solving it, how you can solve it. So it is kind of like a tutorial, I guess. You need to lock in the game at 60. And, you know, it's just another one of those things that I've never owned a gaming PC, so I don't know about this stuff. You probably know about it, like, all the time, and you're just like, Fetch, how could you be so stupid? Of course you have to do that. I didn't know that, okay? I only recently got my gaming PC. I didn't know that you needed to do this. But I do now. And smooth recordings will now be on the channel. 60 all the time. Which is awesome. So I don't really know what else to talk about. I mean, I'm not going to record this entire journey, no way. I will be ending it fairly soon. But I suppose while we're heading our way to the next rest stop for me to end out this video, might as well tell you about just the career in general. I mean, this isn't a trucking career video. This is just a video me telling you why the frames have been dropping. So if you really don't care about the rest of the video, you can leave now. There is actually a rest stop coming up. But yeah, we are earning money super quickly now. Like, honestly, it is really racking up. I mean, this job right now that I'm doing is earning us £200,000. And along with my company, you know, that's going to be like a massive profit, you know, for when I do this. 39, or effectively 40 hours to go.
GPS signal lost.
It's not a quick job, but
turn left. GPS
it is a big, it is a big job. Right, we'll go over here. The rest stop's up actually over there. There's a place for parking over here, so do I need to go round? Is that what I need to do? I think I need to go around to the right.
GPS signal lost. Navigation resumed. GPS signal lost.
I'll go around here.
Navigation resumed.
But yeah, this career profile honestly is starting to rack up. You know, the money is starting to roll in.
Continue straight.
And we are just earning loads of money.
GPS signal lost. Navigation resumed.
Yeah, here we go. We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Just park up. When I play these games though, you know, I will just play at the FPS that I want. Like, I won't limit it in any way. I don't know how to get that truck straight because it's with steel ball axles, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm actually going to go forward just slightly. Here, as you can see, profit in the last 7 days, still 733,000. And as I said, we are taking this job. But that is pretty much going to be the end of this video. Just telling you why the recordings have been stuttering lately, or the, Truck and Career videos have been stuttering. It will be fixed, so don't worry about that. And this is the solution. So I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of like insight video as to why the game's lagging and stuff like that. If you did, then make sure you leave a like, and if you're excited for the smooth recordings, subscribe as well, so you don't miss those. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care and peace out.